Happy New Year to everybody. What's up, brother? One of our guests has joined the live. A couple of them, actually. They're ready. Another one has joined. We're about to get started. If you will please like and share with your folks, I greatly appreciate it. And I think we're live on Facebook too. Hey, Heather. Happy New Year. Hey, sis. Hey. Well, that was a little commercial. I got this little playlist going.
You're an accredited investor. I have big news. In the last 12 months, I bought 5 major.
You know, I'm going to let this song play. Hopefully you get encouraged a little bit as we start our evening. This year's going to be big. I hope you're excited. 2021 manifestation is on its way. Get ready for greater.
That is my season. That is my season. You ought to declare that over your own life. Say, I believe. I believe. That it's my time. That it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. And I can feel it. I can feel it. Say break.
While you're listening to this, go ahead and share with your family and friends. Tell them to come on in. We're live on Facebook. Hey, folks at Facebook. Come on in the room. Share this post with your family and friends. Also, Happy New Year to you. We're going into greater.
Listen, you ought to declare this over your own life. Say it. God, He's working a miracle just for me. And it's gonna be big. Listen, don't let negativity, doubt, or your haters convince you that God is not about to bless you. It's gonna be.
And it's gonna be big.
What's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. You gotta learn how to praise God before you get it. Say, I believe that it's my season. It's my season. It's my season. It's my season.
Somebody's walking into their season, yo. It's my time. It's my time. Breakthroughs in the room. It's called Big by Mike McClure.
God's getting ready to move.
God's getting ready to move.
Listen, say this with me. For I know.
For I know the thoughts he thinks towards me.
Working a miracle.
Just for me. And it's gonna be big. It's gonna blow your mind. Come on.
But I'm excited about my future. Why? It's gonna be big.
And it's gonna be big.
I'm running into destiny. Running into my promise. Why? God's coming.
Open the windows of heaven. Pour me out a blessing. I wouldn't try to explain it. It's gonna be big. God is about to blow your mind. Y'all ready? Open the window of heaven, pour me out a blessing. But it's gonna be big. Mike McClure, I believe is his name. He's a pastor, and the song is called Big. Big, 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 big. Y'all, it's about to be big. Y'all excited about the new year, hopefully. We got some great things in store, and I hope and pray that you are excited about your own personal journeys going into 2021. It's about to be amazing. Our guests are on the line, and we're about to get started. But before I invite my first guest to the floor, I'd like to just give you all a little overview about myself and Young Gifted in Black 365. So if you don't know, my name is Rashad Roberts. I am owner and creator of Young Gifted in Black 365. And I am a lover of Jesus Christ and a good time. I have a passion for the arts, community outreach, music, travel, and I'm a licensed minister. I'm a 2020 graduate of the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology on the campus of Virginia Union in Richmond, Virginia. And I received my Master's of Divinity just this past May. I hold value, I bring perspective, vision, and insight, and I'm a creative, designed and manufactured by the ultimate creator, God. Young Gifted in Black was established as a platform to acknowledge and celebrate Black youth and young adults pursuing excellence in academia, entrepreneurship, philanthropy, the arts, sports, and also the organizations that are helping to aid their success. Through monthly features, we promote the work of these individuals in their respective areas and help to bring a light to what they are doing. And so we also have apparel, merchandise that help to spread our message. And the folks that we want to bring on tonight have truly embodied the brand. And so we just want to celebrate them. We launched back in early 2020. And so it's just been about a year, and it's been an adventure. And I'm looking forward to what God is going to do this year. More exploration, more discovery here in 2020. So if you haven't already, like the video, share, comment, and I do have a YouTube page for Young Gifted in Black 365. We're going to be doing more over there, so please go ahead and subscribe. So over the last 12 months, we've had the opportunity to highlight some great people. They embody our brand, like I said before, and they include my brother Denzel Goodlin, Hope Kent, Danielle Beale, Janae Epps, and Brooke Watson. And tonight we have a couple of these individuals here on our live. And so thank you for getting on board, and let's get this train moving. Are you ready? Say I'm ready in the comments. Say I'm ready in the comments. If you're ready, we about to get it going. It's coming on.
I'm ready. Can you hear
Denzel,
me?
my brother.
Rashad, what's going on, man?
What's
Good to
going on,
see
sir?
you.
How are
I'm
you?
good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. No complaints. God is good. I'm blessed. I've been telling people over the last couple of months, my testimony is that I'm grateful and blessed. I'm grateful to be here. God has been amazing. 2020, while trying, difficult to some degree, God has shown himself strong. You hear me?
Absolutely.
Strong. I have an amazing testimony, and my theme for the year going into 2021 is greater. I'm just excited about what God is going to do. Again,
I heard it.
Everything that God has for me, and I believe manifestation, dreams, and visions are going to come to pass. And I believe in that for all the viewers out there too, that God is going to blow your mind.
Woo!
You hear me?
I receive it, brother.
Yo, I am fired up. And
I receive it, brother. I love it.
Yeah, man. So y'all, my brother Denzel has joined. Denzel's a 2019 magna cum laude graduate of North Carolina Central University with a bachelor's degree in social work. He also received the 2019 HBCU Male Student of the Year Award. He is a colleague in ministry, a friend, a brother. And Denzel, not Washington, but Goodlin, is with us tonight. Everybody clap it up in the comments for our brother Denzel. So Denzel, I believe it was the summer of 2019, if I'm not mistaken, that you began developing who you are, right? But you also started seminary. Is that correct?
That is correct.
That's what's up. So tell us about developing who you are, DWYR, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that, bro.
So first, appreciate the warm introduction. It's definitely a joy and pleasure to be here. DWYR, that's the acronym, but we call it the Wire. Well, we used to call it the Wire. And I established the Wire during my sophomore year at NCCU. And the purpose of the Wire, it was an initiative focused towards helping people be their most authentic selves. We did programs on campus. We did different events. One of the things that we did regularly were weekly videos that we would release through social media platforms, and they will offer some form of encouragement.
Right.
And so the plan was, after leaving NCCU, that I would pass that on to a successor. And so I did that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I did do that because I wanted to leave it on campus.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, COVID hit. And prior to COVID hitting, my successor had other things going on, so they weren't able to carry and execute the Wire the way I envisioned it, which is okay. I have no problem with that. So really, the Wire is no more, and that's okay.
That is okay. Listen,
that's okay.
Had to pivot. We had to make some adjustments and changes,
Yep.
right? Who knows? I mean, it may come up again, but
it may come up again.
Right
now,
on pause. Let's say
right
that.
now it's on pause.
So that's what's up. So you've been, like you said, the pandemic hit, the Wire had to kind of be put on pause, but you're also a student.
Yes.
In seminary, you at Yale Divinity, if I might add, prestigious seminaries there is, right?
It's a beast, man.
Getting there, by the way. So.
Thank you, man. It's a beast. Seminary is a beast.
So how have you been managing that during this pandemic, though?
Oh, man. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Somehow I managed. Somehow I made it. But to be quite honest, I don't even know because it's been challenging.
Okay.
I knew seminary was challenging prior to the pandemic, but once the pandemic took place, it's like everyone at the institution was just like lost, and everybody is trying to figure it out. And it really felt like
it was God, huh?
Say that again.
God helped you through.
God helped me through. That's the only explanation. I mean, I might have done things here and there. I had a good support system in my corner from my family, my fiance, my friends, but man.
Oh, wait. Pause. So 2020, what happened? You said fiance?
I did say fiance.
You said fiance.
I did say fiance.
So
2020, August, I believe 9th, I proposed to my beautiful queen, Adiola Basui, a longtime friend of mine. We first met on moving day, freshman year at NCCU. We've been friends since. We've been lovers, partners for some time. And so I'm excited to be in that relationship with her and looking forward to what lies next.
That's what's up. All right, that was just a small break. Go ahead. Go ahead, go back, man. You were saying.
Yeah. So how I got through seminary, I really don't know. I'm just grateful I'm making it to another semester. Now, if it was up to me, I would finish this year, but our denominations and our churches, they prefer that Masters of Divinity, that 3 years. So I'm here for another year.
Actually, so you're saying as far as your credits and where you stand with the program, you're pretty much geared to finish. You would have been geared to finish 2020 or 2021?
If I was doing the Master of Arts in Religion, I
Okay,
would have finished this upcoming spring.
got you. But
But because come again?
you're doing a Master's of Divinity.
I'm doing the Masters of Divinity.
Got you. So that one year. Got you.
One more year. Mm-hmm.
I know how it is, bro. I'm praying for you. I'm glad to kind of be on the other side of it. But as we talked about, like our journeys through ministry and the call to ministry, have you discerned yet if there's a specific area of ministry that you feel called to, and what you may be doing in that particular area?
I'm still discerning. The area where I'm most focused in, I've always been into a holistic view of ministry and just how we connect with God. And so what that means is, growing up, I'm accustomed to being Christian and being a part of the Black church.
Mm-hmm.
And over the past year, I've explored other ways that we could possibly connect with God outside of tradition. So what does it look like to connect with God through nature?
Yes.
What is astrology telling us about who God is?
Come on,
What can we
sir. I said, come on, sir. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Come on, talk it.
What can we learn from other religions about who God is? And this is not to discredit anything about Jesus. I too am a Jesus lover. But I'm also open to the fact that if Jesus may not be the only way, and that's okay. God is big enough to move beyond just Jesus and to work outside of Jesus. And so I'm interested in learning more about that. That's where I see my my ministry heading
I
in.
appreciate that so much, bro. One of the last, I think it was my last year winter semester. I took a class called Embodied Faith, and so in that class we explored how we meet God in different ways, right? Through the arts, through nature, right? And it was just through movement and drama. Like, it was an eye-opening class. Shout out to Dr. Lockhart. She's now in Chicago, excuse me, but she was there at STVU, and I appreciated that class and the insight. It was a phenomenal experience, and I just pray that our people, we have these ways of thinking, these traditional mindsets that we do need to kind of break out of, right? Because there are multiple ways to encounter God, and we should be looking for them. If you look for them, you will find them. Like, God in everything. It's just how it is. So we're looking forward to graduation 2022, right? And so that's what's up. And so you developing who you are is on pause. You're now an engaged man, looking to be married. You are Masters of Divinity at Yale Divinity School, and you are excelling, and you are an overachiever, and we appreciate you. Is there anything else before we move on to our next guest tonight that you feel that would be that you'd like to share with those who are tuned in, whether it be about you personally or your experience in ministry, any encouraging words, whatever you like to say? This is a great opportunity for you to do that, bro.
Encouraging words. Before I leave, I guess I would like to impart some encouraging words, and those words would be to be open. For everyone listening, to be open. We all have an idea and expectations of what we want 2021 to be, especially in light of what we have experienced this past year. And this past year has also revealed to us that our plans may not always come into action and manifestation the way we wanted to. But even if that's the case, good can still come out of it.
Yes, sir.
And so through it all, just be open. Be open for where life may lead you. Be open to where life may take you. And even in the most uncomfortable spaces, we still have a God who is able to meet us there and work with us there and walk with us there and prayerfully bring us out of there.
Yes.
So that's my advice. It's just
That's right. Be open and know that all things are indeed working together. for our good. No matter how difficult it is, no matter how hard it is, stay in the fight. Stay in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, brother. I just want to say we thank God for you. We thank you for being just an amazing person. And we thank God for what you're doing, what you aim to do in ministry, and just being a positive contributor to our community, but also to the world. And we just pray that you continue on this path of just being great and setting a trail for other young men and women to come behind you. Thank you. You're young, gifted, and Black every day. And we celebrate you, brother, and wish you well. All right. Y'all clap it up for Brother Denzel in the
And
comments.
Rashad, thank you. Thank you so much for the work that you do and the work that you are doing. And I'm excited. We all are excited to see what continues to lie ahead. And we celebrate you, brother. Thank you so much.
Brother, I appreciate you, man. You have a good evening. If you stay on live and watch the other interviews if you care to. But I appreciate you joining me just for that time of sharing, man. Have a good
No
one.
doubt, man. Appreciate
All right.
you too.
All right.
Peace.
Y'all, that's my brother Denzel. A great individual. So glad I had the opportunity to bring him on just to share a little bit about what he's doing. A phenomenal person, like I said. So we're gonna keep this train moving. And my next guest, let me see if I can add her. Actually, I don't know. This is our first live, so any technical difficulties, you have to bear with me, all right? Thank you for your patience. But my next guest is Hope.
Hey, Rashad.
She is in the building, looking beautiful. She is a freelance creator, a graduate of the Morgan State University, where she studied under the directorship of Dr. Nathan Carter, a renowned musician. She is a music educator in Prince George's County Public School System. She is a visionary. She is my friend, my sister, and soon to be Dr. Hope Kent. Clap it up.
Do it, Lord.
Clap it up, my sister, in the comments. Soon to be Dr. Kent. What's up, Hope?
Hey, Rashad. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
You hanging in there?
I'm hanging in there.
You making it?
I'm making it.
How did you make it? God. What did you say?
God. Still making it because of God.
Because of God. I mean,
Yeah.
He just make it do what it do.
He does.
So
Every day.
we featured you in January of 2020. And during that time, man, you had several projects going on, as well as, like I said, you're working on your doctoral degree. You are the founder of the Pearls Inc., HBCU Made 105, and you created the Pulse Washington Fund social media accounts in conjunction with the Orange is New Black platform, right, or series, to help link donors with organizations, to help reorient inmates, right, into society. And so how have you been managing all those projects personally and professionally over the last 9 months? Tell me about your experience.
Well, I've had to, as you say, pivot, right?
The word. That's the word of the year.
That's the word of the year.
All over, right? Pivot.
Last year and this year. Yeah. So pivot and another P, prioritize, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Kind of determine what do I need to be working on right now, like in this very moment, and what do I need to save for like a year from now,
right?
2 years from now, or 6 months from now. So really kind of saying, I have to finish school. Like, I have to. Okay. So that's priority for sure.
Right.
You know, you just came out of the fire, right? And
it's like I got in my mind, like, do I want to go back in the fire? Like, that's
yeah. But I mean, we would support you through, but it is a process, and you know what it is. And even with that, it's like, how do I do this every day? Right? Me, it's all about just not quitting. Right. Because it's rough. I've wanted to quit. My first day of school, I called my mother. I was crying. I said, I don't like my professor, mother. He is changing and doing things that are not in this handbook. He is making up his own rules. And she's like, yeah. What they like, you know, what they want, find out how they like it and give it to them just that way.
Mm-hmm.
And every professor, every teacher, every person you come in contact with, they're going to do things how they want to do it. So, all right, I need something from this man. Let me just hang on in there and let's keep going. But I know it's like quitting is not really in my nature. It's not really in my blood. So to stumble upon.
I haven't seen that, and I've known you for about 10 years. I haven't seen the quit in you.
Yeah. So, you know, to have that knowing like, darn, hope, ooh, you got in this. Now you have to stick with it.
Right.
All right. We on this journey now. We on it. We're in it. It's happening.
So since you've been in this doctoral program and then over this pandemic, would you say that it's been, and the fact that it's actually online, would you say that it's been more or less the same, or would you say there have been some major shifting or changes since you've been in that program?
The online part kind of keeps it the same sense, right? Because it was already online. I would only go out to Arizona for residency.
Okay.
But not being able, like you and I might meet up at the Oxon Hill Library, right? Or I could go over to the Starbucks and get away from my house. Now that's different. Because now I can look up from the table and say, looks really comfortable right now.
Right.
Netflix is calling my name. Amazon Prime is calling my name. Like, you know, but it's like trying to stay focused and away from that. So that's the biggest difference.
So what have you implemented, I guess, maybe that would help you kind of stay on target and focus to finish this program strong?
I keep telling myself, you don't want to stay in purgatory, so you need to finish. It's just a feeling of you needing to get out. But I have a lot of friends who support me and push me. Like, so there's that. And I'm not a quitter, so.
That's what's up. Okay, so I think I heard that you also have reached out to professionals as far as that may have gone through the process before to also help you along your journey. How has that been? I guess, would you call it like a coach?
A coach, yeah. Oh, yes. The coaches work too.
Okay.
And they're good at what they do. They are really coaches who say, all right, you need to do this. They push you, they push you, they push you. And then they kind of know when to kind of pull back and throw you a little bone. Like, okay, let me kind of assist you. Think about this, think about that. And then you're like, that's what I was missing. But they kind of keep you motivated because they know you're continuing to get feedback from your professors, and your professors are like, wrong, it's trash. And I'm like, oh.
Go back to the drawing board.
Right. I'm like, I can't draw anymore. No more. I know. But they're like, come on, you can do it. And really encouraging me and saying, you know, when you're done, information that you're trying to gather now, it will be valuable to someone else. So you have to finish. You have to finish. It's bigger than you.
Bigger than you. I think that's for all of us. Everybody type that in the comments. It's bigger than you.
It's bigger than you.
Whatever you're dealing with, whatever your purpose is, whatever you're struggling to get through, know that your ability to get through is bigger than you. There's so many other people that is attached to your ability to move through and push through and to accomplish everything that you have not only envisioned for yourself, but what God has purposed for you to accomplish. It is bigger than you. It is bigger than
Preach, sir, preach. Go ahead.
Than you.
Yeah.
That's good. I receive that. It's bigger than you. That's what's up. So, knowing that you're an educator, you're in doing this online schooling.
Woo, baby.
If there was a piece of advice that you would give to a teacher, not a teacher, well, maybe, yeah, let's do it 3 ways. Another educator, a parent, as well as a student during this time, what would that piece of advice be? Or those pieces of advice?
Well, a blanket piece of advice could be patient and forgiving. So that's the parent, that's the student, and that is the teacher, right? That's all of us. But as a teacher, each week I'm just trying something new, right? You know, you've been here before when I've been teaching, and it's like, I'm like, hey, what we doing?
Yeah,
Hey, you
hype. She's hype. She's hype. The kids,
trying to get,
they got some music to jam to. They are excited about being in Miss Kent's class.
yeah, you know, trying to keep them energized. And right before we went on break, we had this pride matrix at my school, and the P stands for perseverance, or to persevere. And I told my students right before break, I said, listen, I'm proud of you guys for coming to my class. Every time that you come, you're showing up. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for appearing here with me. And guess what? About 4 or 5 years from now, when this COVID stuff is over and you're sitting in middle school or high school,
Right.
you're gonna thank yourself for not quitting. You're gonna thank yourself for showing up, learning how to read, learning, you know, how to do math, learning your C.
By the way, that was a motivation word. Show up. You got to show up. Show up.
Show up. That's just not, so it's for everybody. It's really about showing up. And for the parents, oh, I don't have kids, so I don't know that struggle, but I see that struggle from my perch all the way over here. Little things I try to tell my students and the parents: give the students or the child enough responsibility as you can. So you can give them an alarm clock. I tell them, I said, y'all will wait on your parents to wake you up? Nah, get out of here with that.
Gotcha.
Y'all know play that Fortnite. Y'all know how to go play that Roblox and that, you know, everything else. Go over there, get your alarm clock. And it's kind of like this tough love that happens, right? Like, y'all need to do this for yourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Class starts at 7:30. Get up and get your breakfast. Because sometimes, I mean, they had their bonnets on and everything else. And I'm like, ooh, I want to have my bonnet on. I want to sit there with my camera off, but show up.
They just rolled over.
They just rolled over.
They said, I'm here another day.
I'm here another day. I have made it, Miss Kent. Miss Kent, I'm here. I showed up. I might have my bonnet on. Right. I said, all right.
So that's being patient, extending grace is important, like to the parent, to the child, and to the educator. This whole experience has been different for everybody, and everybody is managing it differently because we're individuals, right? And so that's how the world works, and that's how we have to extend that grace to people, to, you know, give them time to grow. To grow.
During COVID, right? They're already extending this grace.
Yeah.
Patient with them as a teacher just in regular times. But in COVID times, it's like, okay, it might have been a bad night. One kid was like, hey, Miss Kent, I don't have my charger.
Mm-hmm.
They cut off. Where's your charger? Oh, I left it at my house. I'm at my grandma's house. My mom had to go to, baby, it's fine. If I see you drop off, I'll shave. Good day.
Right. That's what's up. We thank you so much for what you're doing in the classroom. Now, personally, as a creative, you have all these projects that were going. Would you say, do you have any experiences where you felt a blockage being creative during this time? Or, and if so, what did you do to kind of get back in your groove? And is there anything that you would give us a sneak peek on that you may have creatively been working on for 2021?
So as far as a creative blockage, there really hasn't been one. If anything, it's kind of revved up.
Mm-hmm.
And having these different opportunities throughout the year to say, oh, well, let me try this and let me try that. Oh, that worked. Oh, that didn't work, but let me try it again. So it's kind of going back and trying again, and say, oh, that works this time. And getting feedback from other people, my other creative friends, you, Gerald, you know, just kind of being around other people who are trying to create as well. And that kind of, that synergy of it all, you get recharged.
No, I like you said, having a supportive network, yourself and Gerald, for me personally, like, has been a great community of support, you know what I mean, to uphold you, to keep pushing you forward. I think the importance of having a group like that is, like you were saying, to go back to try it again, is that exploration of it all, right? You have to explore different possibilities, different ways of doing, until you get the way that works best for you and what you're trying to accomplish, right? And that whole moment of discovery when the light bulb goes on, often this like, oh yeah, that's what it is. That's what I've been trying to do the whole time. You know what I mean? Like it's great. And so I appreciate you guys for that as well. Yeah, that's what's up. So what's the big projects for 2021? Let us know.
2021, I'm looking at some new merch coming out with HBCU Made 105. Also, yes, thank you. And I am starting this journey again to find a boyfriend, or to have my boyfriend find me.
All right.
And please, if you can, follow Anyway Father God. And we are on season 1, I Want a Boyfriend. I would love for you to join me and answer some questions and do some challenges.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So anyway, Father God, new merch for HBCU Made. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers tonight?
Just thank you for this platform. Thank you for starting it. And thank you for highlighting the young, the gifted, and the Black.
And I thank you for being one of the young, gifted, and Black, my sister. I thank you, and I thank God for your existence. I thank you for what you're doing in the schools. I thank you for what you're doing, your initiatives with HBCU Made, and the creative things that you have comment and are doing, and just being a positive contributor, like I said, to not only our community, but also knowing that the work that you're doing within the community is going to then affect the world. And so I thank you. And I love you, my sister.
Love you too.
Thank you so much. When you get off here, go ahead and share with your friends that this live is going on.
I've been on it.
But love you much. Thank you so much for joining. Y'all clap it up in the comments for my sister, Hope Kids. Y'all show us some love. Y'all, if y'all haven't already, go ahead and share this live. Share with your friends, with your family. Go ahead and keep commenting in the comments of the live. I appreciate you all being on. We have one more guest with us this evening. You know, IG Live only gives you an hour, but I think the hour has been well spent, and we're not done yet. We're almost there. And don't log off at the very end. I got a couple questions for you, and I need your responses in my DMs, okay? Actually, I prefer to say direct messages. So if you can send me a direct message once we're at the end of the live, I'm gonna give you 3 questions about each of our guests, and you have the opportunity to win some of the fabulous merch that YGB365 has to offer. All right, my next guest is getting ready to join us. My next guest is the Danielle Beale. She's a graduate of University where she studies psychology, and she has an affinity for mental health. She is the founder and CEO of Melanin Mental Health and Ministry. She is my SCVU family. That's the Samuel DeWitt Proctor School of Theology on the campus of Virginia Union. We both graduated just past May, class of 2020. Rise up.
Yes.
And y'all clap it up for her in the comments. She is my colleague in ministry, a good friend, and a sister. Danielle, welcome.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. We appreciate you for joining us tonight. And we featured you back in February of 2020. And we were in the last semester, I think at that time, of seminary, right?
Yes, we were.
How you feel about all that? That was a big shift came.
Right, it was a major shift. And so I had my moment. So as Denzel mentioned earlier in his session, it was more so like each year I had those moments and I was like, you know what? I just want to drop out. And so as the pandemic hit and classes were online, it became overwhelming for me because at the time I was taking 6 classes. However, it did work in my favor because some of the professors cut back their workload, but it was overwhelming. So it was nothing but God that got me through that. Seriously.
God, that's been the theme, huh?
The thing.
God did it.
God.
So as the founder and CEO of Melanin Mental Health and Ministry, who would you say your target audience is and why?
So my target audience is Black women. And the reason for that, specifically Black women of faith, and because I'm a Black woman and a Black woman of faith, but because unfortunately in our communities and in the world at large, Black women are often negated in many ways. And so I wanted to highlight Black women and provide that support for us, and also that avenue to talk about our struggles, since there are not many platforms for us to do so.
That's what's up. Black women do matter. I came from a Black woman. She's a strong, powerful, a wise Black woman, and I thank God for her. And I thank God for you. I thank God for the Black women that I've been able to encounter, and I appreciate the work that you're doing. So we talked about briefly how the feeling of being overwhelmed when we had the shift at the start of the year going into March timeframe, and how that was affecting school. What practices would you say you incorporated to kind of help you in your daily routine and with your own self-care as a Black woman that someone else potentially could use during this time?
So I pretty much really incorporated journaling. And so I love writing. And so for me, it is a release, but it also has mental health benefits. So I maximize journaling. I maximize bubble baths. That was very therapeutic for me. And I maximize meditation because I needed assistance with my anxiety so that I could, help to decompress. And so meditation pretty much helped me to become centered. And so those are some things that I really would encourage Black women and men to do. Meditate, journal, take a bubble bath.
And speaking of self-care and some of the things that you did, we have some people out there that we would look to as being strong. We have these people, and I think one of the shirts that you had in your merchandise at one time said, check on your strong friends, right? And so what would you say we would be looking for? What keywords maybe we should be looking for when it comes to checking on those people that we see as being strong, when we're listening to their voice, the language that they use? What could give us a clue that maybe they are struggling at this time?
So I would actually say, instead of clues or keywords, I would say look at their behaviors.
Okay.
Are they becoming withdrawn? Are they easily irritated? Pay attention to those behaviors. Are they pulling away from things that they typically do? And so when I created the t-shirt, check on your strong friends, at the time, I didn't realize that I created it. Basically, it was my cry for help. I wanted it to say, basically, check on me. Because so many people who identify as strong, we don't really take the time to say, hey, I need help. I need your assistance. I need somebody, because we typically are the backbone for everyone else.
Gotcha.
And so, so just pay attention to those behaviors that people may be struggling through, that they may not articulate. Instead of going to the person who may ideally be the strong friend, perhaps, ask them, how can I support you if they do become withdrawn and different things of that nature.
Speaking of being withdrawn, we don't want to think of it this way, but I was wondering if a person setting boundaries could be misinterpreted as being withdrawn. And so I've been seeing a lot of your posts recently about boundaries and setting them up, and the importance it is to our own mental health and being able to cope. Can you talk a little bit more about the importance of boundaries?
Yeah, so the difference between becoming withdrawn, typically a person who becomes withdrawn, they are in a place of isolation. They are in this negative state of being. And so as far as setting boundaries, boundaries are something that should be communicated. And so boundaries, oftentimes people see them as a wall, but it's not a wall. People shouldn't have to jump over walls to get to know you. So the main thing to understand about boundaries is that they protect your space and the space of others. And so, a person setting those boundaries may be telling you no. A person setting their boundaries may say, no, we're not going to talk about this. We're going to switch the subject. And so, those things I feel like that's the distinguish between boundaries and withdrawal, because if the person is withdrawn, that means that there's something internal going on. So the difference is that with being withdrawn, it's not communicated. So think of the boundary. Hopefully the person in your life who sets these boundaries, they're communicating them with you, whether you agree or not, but there's some level of communication.
Can we pause there?
Go ahead.
Whether you agree or not with the person and how they choose to incorporate these boundaries, it is necessary for them, right?
Right.
But we have to be respectful, and hopefully you yourself are incorporating some boundaries into your own life, because we have to protect this. A mind is
Absolutely.
okay. We want to stay at peace there in our minds. And so setting boundaries versus withdrawals. And I know per your sharing previously, and I think we featured you, when did we feature you? Back in March of last year, I believe it was. Or yeah, I think it was March of 2020, we featured you, and realized that you were then also an advocate with the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. Can you share some ways in which when the in the pandemic, how people have been affected? Like, what ways have you seen persons being affected through the pandemic? And have you seen, based upon your work with the Suicide Foundation, anything shifting there?
And so I would have to say the pandemic pretty much brought to light the things that were already lying dormant. And so a person who may have been struggling with anxiety, the pandemic actually increased it. The person who was struggling with depression, it increased it. And so whatever it was that was there that was not acknowledged, the pandemic brought it out, because now you have to quarantine. You have to sit in this space. You have to sit with your emotions. You have to sit with your thoughts. You have to sit with you. So many people, we don't take the time to sit quiet enough to even understand ourselves. And so it appeared to be a rise in depression, but it was things that were already there. And the pandemic pretty much was the icing on the cake that made that depression come into play. And so a consistent theme, that I observed is definitely anxiety. And so that's worrying about the future, which all of us to a degree, is something we never experienced before. So yes, we are concerned. What will life look like? And so even when people say getting back to this normalcy, they're,
What is normal?
Right. What is normal? First of all, we need to ask the question, what was normal? Do we really want to get back to that?
Or to our benefit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. So that it will not look however it looked before again. And we actually give God praise that it won't look that way again because it was some things that needed adjusting.
We needed the pivot.
Right. We needed the pivot.
That's what's up. So as far as your personal work, your business, Melanin Mental Health and Ministry, what are we looking forward to in 2021?
2021, new merch, definitely. I am also working on starting a 8-week support group for women called Sacred Space. So it'll be for Black women of faith, where we'll get the opportunity to just be and to connect with other women as well. So that's something major, and I definitely desire to have a mental health conference sometime this year. God willing, if it's, I'm not gonna say God willing. God, you know what's up, but no. But yeah, so that's
No, they were, huh?
Right. We're gonna speak it. But that is definitely something that I desire this year and that you can look forward to.
That's what's up. So we're excited about that. Is there anything else that I may have overlooked that you would like to share with our viewers tonight?
I just want to say thank you so much, Rashad, for this platform. Also, to anyone on this live, or if you'll watch it later, just know that it's okay not to be okay. That's the first step to actually getting the help that you need. And so if you are the strong friend, I would encourage you to do some introspection. Why do people consider you to be the strong friend? Are you not vulnerable with people? And just examine yourself and those different types of behaviors. And you can have Jesus, God, and therapy, period.
Absolutely. Well, Danielle, we thank God for your being, your existence, and the work that you're doing, to help better our community, and knowing that the work that you're doing to positively affect our community is going to, in a large way, affect positively the world. And so we thank you and we appreciate you. Keep on doing what you're doing. I'm excited to call you friend, and the work that you're doing around mental health is vital and important to our community. Knowing, like we were talking about just a moment ago, anxiety. While we had these feelings and these things going on, we didn't have necessarily a word to put to it, to call it out and to say what it was. And so we thank God for Black therapists. We thank God for people coming and being more open to researching and understanding what therapy really is about. And it's really about a self-awareness, right? And we thank God for you, and we just look forward to what God is going to do come this year and the feature and your conference that's going to come. All the
Thank
things
you.
big that are going to manifest. Keep on doing what you're doing, my friend, my sister, my colleague in ministry. Much love for you. Keep it up. All right.
All
All
right,
right.
thank you.
Danielle in the comments. Tap it up for Danielle. Have a great night, Danielle. We appreciate you. Everybody stay on, stay on. Don't go anywhere. I got a couple questions for you before we end the evening. Before we end the evening, there are a couple questions I got for you, and this is a giveaway, 3 of them for each of our guests. So if you've been with us this evening, you've heard each of our guests who came on to share more about what they're doing. If you haven't already, go to www.ygandblack365.com. There you can go to the features tab at the top and find out additional information about the guests we had on tonight. But the 3 questions I'm going to pose to you, all you got to do is send your responses to the direct messages. Send it to the direct messages, and those with the correct responses will be entered into a drawing for some of the great merch. Black Mental Health Matters, that's actually from our sister Danielle Beale. Young Gifted in Black, those are new hoodies. We got the HBCU made face mask, and some great stuff. So our first question is about our brother Denzel Goodlin. And this is what I want from you in my direct messages. What does DWYR stand for? Denzel was the founder of this organization on the campus of North Carolina Central University, and I'm just looking for you to give me the meaning of the acronym DWYR. My sister, Hope Kent, she completed her undergraduate work at this amazing HBCU. Where did she complete her undergraduate studies? What is the name of this HBCU? Lastly, and I'm going to repeat them before we end the live tonight. But lastly, we have my sister Danielle Beale on, and I'm looking for this response in my direct messages. What is the focus of Melanin Mental Health and Ministry? If you can give me the correct response, you'll be entered into that drawing for some of the great merch behind me. And you can win for free this merch. Hey, support a Black-owned business. Come on, come on, come on. Hit the DMs or the direct messages. But I need your answers. And we'll announce the winner on tomorrow. Your responses in the DM, not here on the live. I do appreciate y'all, but send it in the direct messages so we don't want to share your responses with everyone else. And so last, I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the questions again. For Denzel, we're asking what the acronym DWYR stands for. For Hope, we're asking where did she complete her undergraduate studies? It was an HBCU. And then lastly, for my sister Danielle, what is the focus of Melanin Mental Health and Ministry? What is the focus of Melanin Mental Health and Ministry? You guys, it has been a wonderful evening. We have about 7 minutes left, but I'm not going to take up all that time. I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us tonight as we caught up with some of our features from 2020. They are some amazing people. They are indeed the embodiment of the Young Gifted and Black 365 brand and the work that they're doing to affect the community and the world. And I'm grateful to call them friends, brothers, and sisters. And I'm just grateful again for your time. Again, we're looking forward to greater. And hopefully you all will take a moment to like, comment, and share. And that you again visit the YGB365, that's Young Gifted and Black 365 YouTube channel to subscribe. We got some great things coming over there. And hopefully I will plan to save this video and repost to our pages so that you can view it later. But also take a moment, go ahead and follow the persons that were with us tonight. That was Denzel Goodlin, that was Hope Kent, and that was also my sister Danielle Beale. We're gonna be better people, y'all. And so I want to say that again, it's been real. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm excited and waiting with expectation about what God is going to do for 2021. And I pray blessings over you, peace, love, joy, and soul. All right, be great.